Hey, this is Jerry Visca, the publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the Influence Project, one of the most inspiring issues of Defyeneurs Mag that we have ever taken on. And man, are we excited, because today we are live with Nathalie Plamondon Thomas from BC, speaker, coach, and #1 best-selling author. Welcome, Nathalie.
Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Nathalie. This is definitely one interview that I've been just chomping at the bit. You know, every time I see this work that you're churning out, I get more and more inspired every day to just want to shout you out from the rooftops. So let's get into it. You have this really cool quote that you kick off your profile with, which I love. It goes like this: thinking is the first step to development. Our life is a journey of growth. I love that. So share with listeners, how and why do influencers like you shape our world?
Well, influencers, what they do is they not only they generate ideas in people's head, they raise awareness and they may give advice, but mainly they make people generate the light bulb themselves. Have you ever had a friend that told you, oh, I think I'm going to do this, and then you're like, dude, I've been telling you this for months. What's wrong with you? Like, everybody's been telling you to do this, but no, you had to have the idea yourself. And that's what's going on in people's head, and everybody's like that. We're not going to drive ourselves to action, to actually doing something about it, unless we generated the idea ourselves in our head. So I feel that influencers are not advice givers. They're helping people think for themselves and realize what they can do themselves and how they can generate the light bulb in their own head, and then they have really been influenced because of something you asked them, something you did beside them and they witnessed it, or something that you had a conversation with them, or simply they might not even have any interaction with you. They might even not know you. I have a lot of people that don't know me, and I'm absolutely influenced by them because I'm looking up to them. I'm looking, or sometimes I don't even know what they would do, but I think for myself, what would this person do in my situation? And then I feel like I'm getting an insight on what it is that I should be doing. You know, sometimes we just put ourselves in somebody else's shoes that we feel would have the answer, and then all of a sudden we generate the answer. This person never told us what to do. We had the answer all along, but by putting ourselves in somebody else's shoes that would influence us, all of a sudden we generate this new idea that we didn't even think we had. So that's how I think influencers shape the world, is by generating light bulbs in people's head.
I love it. Think for yourself. You're absolutely spot on. I mean, I agree. Influencers don't preach from a mountaintop, and that's what I admire about your work, is you're getting people, through awareness. You're generating this awareness that they can then think for themselves, and that light bulb goes off. So I really admire that. There's another quote you share. It goes like this: when people discover their potential, that's when they switch gears from hoping to doing. My intention is to teach people how to use their brain to think. I think that's extraordinary. So expand your intention for us, Nathalie. What's your intention for influencing others?
Well, I guess my intention is for people to start using their brain to think differently, because unfortunately, when we think, and our brain as two big sections, I would say, there's the logical mind, that little voice inside your head that talks to you all the time. This logical mind is very useful to do things, to live your life, and it can only manage 5 to 9 things at a time. Have you ever noticed, if you're driving and you're looking for a specific address and now you start paying attention, you have to lower the volume of the music in the car? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because your brain can only absorb like 5 to 9 things at a time. So as you are driving, looking for traffic, noticing the red light in front of you, you also have to look for an address. Then your brain cannot also absorb the music that's going on, because it's like one too many elements. So our logical mind is quite restricted compared to that other part of our brain, the most astonishing power in the world, our unconscious mind. So your unconscious mind is like it's like a little personal assistant. That's how I like to call it. So your personal assistant is there, and it can process 2.3 million pieces of information at every second. So never mind the 5 to 9 things that our logical mind can do. Our unconscious mind can do 2.3 million pieces of information at a time. So we can use it a lot more. We can give our personal assistant some orders. You know, when you order something at the restaurant, the waiter takes your order, runs to the kitchen, the chef will prepare the meal and bring it back to you. You don't need to know how to make this Caesar salad dressing from scratch. You don't even need to know. You don't need to know how to make gnocchis or how to cook this specific dish, because the chef's going to do it. So somehow, somewhere in your unconscious mind knows exactly how to get there. You just have to place your order. So all you have to do is to say exactly what you want. You place that order with your thoughts, with what you say, and then the chef is going to make it for you and bring it back to you. A lot of people, unfortunately, place orders every day in the negative way. So let's remember that your personal assistant is always waiting, standing with a notepad, taking notes. So if you get up in the morning and you say, oh my gosh, I look awful, I look like crap today, oh, I'm so tired of rushing everywhere all the time, oh, I'm so stressed. So all these things, your personal assistant, as their notepad, and writes, awful, feel like crap, always rushing everywhere, feeling awful, being stressed out. Perfect, I got this. I'm going to bring this into their life because that's exactly what they ordered. So we think negatively so much, and we worry so much about stuff. We use our thinking time to worry about things that will never happen. We pretend, what if this happens? And then we worry about it. Like 40% of our thoughts are to worry about stuff that will not even happen. 30% has already happened. It's over. We've done it already. Like, oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. We should have all over ourselves. And somehow it's not useful because it's over. What we have to ask ourselves is, what have I learned? What can I do now moving forward? And then we let go of it. And then there's almost another 20%, like a 12% of miscellaneous stuff that we worry about. What kind of shoes are we going to wear because it's snowing now outside and I don't have a scraper for my windshield? Or we worry about so many things that we don't really need to. It's pretty embarrassing if our whole thought process was exposed to the world. More likely, for one, we wouldn't have any friends if we talked to them the way we talk to ourselves, and it would be quite embarrassing to show to the world what we think of ourselves all the time. So we need to, I guess the question was, what's my intention for influencing others? Is I want them to understand how to use their brain, use their personal assistant in a good way, and teach them how to think positive thoughts that will serve them, place great orders so that the chef brings them back exactly what they want, not what they don't want.
I love it. You know, I always say, I call these Nathalie's analogies. I'm telling you, there's a very strong brand there. Nathalie's analogies. Even the first initials in your name, N-A, because you're really getting people to think through your analogies. I really think there's a lot of power in your analogies. I've had the privilege now and the honor to interview you for a few publications, and it's this richness in the way you get people to think. It's just fantastic. And I love how you focus on the unconscious mind and describe, that's where our true power lies. So, okay, I want to tie this last question together with a lot of the work that you have on the go, and I want to tie it into this energy that you desire to see live on. I understand you're being published in this new book, Influence. As you know, we're releasing this book.
Woo-hoo.
For listeners that aren't aware of this, it's part of the Influence Project, and Nathalie is gracing the pages of this book along with 10 other women that are inspiring change in the world. And it's being released at one of the largest fitness expos in North America, Canfit Pro World Fitness Expo in August. I'm really excited about your influence in this book. I just absolutely love your energy in this book, and I think that all your work, Think Yourself brand, DNA life coaching, is revolutionary. So share with us your excitement for this book, and I guess more importantly, what energy do you desire to see live on, Nathalie?
So what I would like, if I had an ultimate wish, it's not really about me. It's about people that can turn around and influence others. Because once you have understood how your brain is so powerful, now you can think about yourself differently, then you can reciprocate and you can turn around and influence your peers because it's contagious. It's an energy. The Think Yourself book series and seminars, it teaches you a system. It's a 3-step simple system. It's the DNA system, and it really breaks down the steps on how to actually reprogram your brain and get rid of all the crap that you didn't want anymore, and find out what it is that you really want to put into your brain and ask your personal assistant to do. So Think Yourself is a movement. So it's a step-by-step program, and I guess my desire that I want to see live on is for people to use the system to truly understand how it feels to genuinely feel that they can be whatever they want to be. Because people wish too much, and they see others around them and they say, oh, I wish I was like that. Oh, I wish I could do this. Well, stop wishing, because you can. We were all born with this fantastic, complex structure in our brain. It's such a complex thing that 90% of it we don't even know how to use. So somehow the movement that I'm creating is a place where a world where everybody will discover their full potential. And if everybody discovers that, then they will reciprocate and influence others around them. So it's a long chain of deep and genuine insurance that you are awesome. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. You got this. People ask me for advice all the time. They ask me what to do. They ask their friends, what would you do? You don't need to ask nobody. You got this. You're awesome. You can deal with this, and you can deal with everything that happens to us is teaching us to grow. It's giving us an opportunity to go to the next level of our life. So this is the energy that I want to see live on, is that deep certitude that we are amazing and discover your full potential.
I love it. Awesome is Nathalie's middle name. It's a special place in the influence issue. I love it. It's called The Last Word. It's on pages 46 and 47, and the title for this profile is Driving Action, and that's exactly what Nathalie Plamondon Thomas from BC is doing. So on behalf of Defyeneurs and everyday people doing extraordinary things, we want to thank you, Nathalie, for contributing your amazing influence to this issue of Defyeneurs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerry.